have you ever, because obviously, you know, your photos, your profile would have built a following, let's be honest, of guys who find you very attractive, who want you, who probably thirst over you, all of that stuff. Would you, if you knew there was a guy who was almost a fan of yours, would you be open to that? If you found him attractive?
That would be the big decider. If I found him attractive and if he was honest about it.
Honest about what?
Messaging me because he was a fan.
Right.
You know, I've had people who I was going on a date with then sign up to my OnlyFans, and my OnlyFans is just the same pictures that I put online, but like obviously not covered. And I've not updated it for about a year and a half. When you see them or when they feel the need to tell you, oh, I signed up for your OnlyFans the other day.
Yeah, what does that make you think?
I don't like it, to be honest. If they'd have asked, oh, I've seen that you've got an OnlyFans, what type of things do you post on there? But my first thing would be, yeah, I have a free link. There you go. You know, because it was a different intention.
What do you mean?
So if they're asking what I post on there and things like that, the intention is to kind of figure out what type of person I am, what I'm posting, and, you know, whether that fits.
But do you think anyone signs up to your OnlyFans to see that? Or they sign up because they want to see more?
No, but I mean, when people mention it, having the conversation.
Okay.
Whereas when someone's signed up and say to me, oh, I signed up to you, or I see that it's them because they use their email address and it's the full name, or then they message me on the OnlyFans and go, hey, it's me. I thought I'd sign up. I think, it's because you thought that I did more than I do. And also now you want to let me know that you signed up for it. Like it's...
So is it that you think that the reason they signed up for it is because they wanted to see more? But isn't that the reason why anyone would sign up?
But it's the conversation before or after. That's what I'm saying. If someone had a conversation with me and they were asking about my OnlyFans or what levels do you shoot, you know, what type of modelling do you do, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Oh, I see you do OnlyFans, but you say you only shoot closed leg nude. Like most people that do OnlyFans don't shoot closed leg nude. Like, do you do things? Then I would be like, here's a free link. But people signing up, and also I don't have my OnlyFans out there like that. Like the link's nowhere. Like you would have to go on OnlyFans and search me.
Yeah.
To know that really I did it or had it from the past.
Okay.
You know?
Okay, so if a guy, let's say you started dating, you've been dating for a month, and then he comes to you and he's like, hey, I have a little bit of confession. I found that you had OnlyFans and stuff, and I find you really attractive, so I may have just kind of had a look. How would that make, like, is that good or bad for you?
It would depend on but it would have already, if I've been dating him for a month, I would have already said that I have OnlyFans, because I know that people do have some people have an issue with that.
Yeah.
You know, and I would have explained exactly what was on there. And
But him actually signing up to see what you do.
Then if he felt the need to sign up, I don't know.
Do you not see it as him supporting you?
No. Give me the £7.50. I don't even know how much my OnlyFans is. Pulled that price out. But
it's £750.
No, 7. Yeah.
But anyone that can sign up is £750 per month.
I don't even know if it's still active or not. Like, that's how little
your
I've
poor
been on
fans,
there.
your poor OnlyFans fans, those poor guys. Wow. Because the thing is, I do ask this question, right? As if someone has OnlyFans, or if they have a lot of provocative photos, and, you know, if they've got guys giving them a lot of likes and stuff. And at the end of the day, that likes and validation, guys signing up, is kind of what makes and supports your work, right? But then if it was a guy, but you wouldn't choose that guy.
No, and the likes and stuff like that is irrelevant for me. It doesn't pay my bills, because I don't do OnlyFans like that.
Yeah.
That's not my bread and butter. Like,
yeah, but I mean, like, you getting, well, the algorithm on Instagram, for example, like pushing your content up, that grows your influence, and then that.
Oh, my algorithm's rubbish.
No. How do you, so if the likes and follows doesn't help you get work, what helps you get work?
The fact of who I am now. I built my name in the first couple of years of modelling. So people book me most of the time because I am Emerald Barwise. I don't know why I keep doing that. Emerald Barwise I am. Rather than, I very rarely get people booking me, messaging me off Instagram or anything like that.
Okay. So if you like lost your following tomorrow, that would have little impact on your shoots and work and stuff.
I wouldn't care. Yeah. I'd just set a new one up.
But would that affect your work?
No.
Okay. Would you?
It'd probably affect the amount of free food I get.
Yeah.
I like going out for dinner and drinks and stuff when people are like, oh, and I'm like,
okay, so you don't need like the sexual photos to get work.
No, because I already have my brand.
You already have your brand.
Yeah. I don't get much off Instagram. Like I don't, because my algorithms are rubbish.
Okay.
Like considering I've got 40,000 followers, my likes and all the rest of it are rubbish because I barely post. I'm very bad for posting things that are not appropriate.
Okay, so hypothetical, would you make your Instagram private? Wait, would you give up your Instagram for a relationship with the guy that you want?
Potentially, yes. However, I wouldn't give up my job.
Not your job, just Instagram.
Why would he have an issue with my Instagram and not my job?
I guess because the Instagram is more public for other people to see. Because generally speaking, when they're really serious about women, not every guy, but most guys, they are sexually territorial. So he's like, he wants what he sees Friday night. He wants the smallest amount of people to see that.
But with me, that's not the case because I fly all over the world and I'm the face of brands, magazines.
100%. But I think being the face of like a magazine is different than like a lot of OnlyFans thirst trap content out there. Does that make sense? So I think there's still an element, even if that is the case, there's still an element of that professionalism there. But I guess Instagram is like anyone can see that. Like his friends can see that, his family can see that. But unless people actually went to search you online, which most people who know him, they're not going to unless he actually says, they're not going to see that. Does that make sense?
It does, but if you type my name in Instagram, then you're going to type my name in Google and everything's going to come up.
I think it depends. Like
I would get rid of my OnlyFans in a heartbeat. I would just delete that. That wouldn't bother me. I would give someone my password and stuff to my Instagram if they had an issue with it. If it was that.
No, I don't think it's about trust. I think it's about they don't want it to be easy for other people to see you naked, essentially, right? Now, obviously, professionally, the shoots you do, that's the case. But I think more people on Instagram and search on Instagram, like if someone's actually trying to find you, sure, they're going to search you in Google, right? But it's like, even if it's like if a guy's looking for a girl, he'll search on Instagram. If she's not there, maybe he'll search on Google, but it's less likely. He'll be like, oh wow, I just can't, maybe she doesn't have social media. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I would change what was on, I would happily put just lingerie on my Instagram and stuff, shift it. But it would depend on the relationship.
Yeah.
And it would depend why that person was with me for that amount of time for me to think it might be worth deleting my Instagram for that relationship, why they had that problem for that whole time, why you were with me.
I do get that, but I do think a lot of the time we can make compromises for a relationship. Do you know what I mean? Like, some guys might say, well, before I was with you, I was sleeping with multiple women and now we're together and you knew I was doing this before. Why do you want me to stop doing that? Like, this is who I am, right? Of course, they don't say that, but I guess principally they could. So I think we do make compromises for a relationship, but yeah, I was just asking because, so with your OnlyFans then, if you don't even use it, and you say that when you meet guys, when they find out you have an OnlyFans, that kind of makes them feel a type of way. Why don't you just delete it so you can say,
so that nobody else can get my name? It's a brand. I get a lot of people using my name for things that are not appropriate to my brand, and it just cuts that one. I mean, people can do like hyphens and all the rest of it, but my name is trademarked. So I can go after people.
Why have you posted stuff on there if you don't use it?
I was using it in the beginning when I was single, and when COVID happened and I was making no money from shoots.
Okay.
I did do it and was posting the content that I already had from all the shoots that I'd already done.
Right.
And then I realised the amount of effort versus what I was getting back was not for me.
Could somebody, if you didn't have OnlyFans, could somebody open an account in your name, use the photos from your Instagram and put it on there?
They could do, but I'd sue them.
Yeah, I mean...
And I'd sue OnlyFans.
You'd sue OnlyFans?
Yeah, I've got my name's trademarked.
If you deleted your OnlyFans account, would it still be trademarked?
My name is trademarked. I've got a trademark on my name. Yeah,
I see.
Emerald Barwise. Emerald with a double M is trademarked. Emerald Barwise is trademarked. That's why I had to add the double M. So
you could delete your OnlyFans. It wouldn't be like no one could take it.
I could, but it's just the effort. Do you know? If I've got one and people see that I've got one, they'll see it's actually me. Do you know? Versus
is that worth the impression it gives on guys where it's probably not going to happen?
At the moment, yeah. Like if it was ever like some companies don't like you having it as well, and I've had that before. If a company had an issue with it and it was enough to warrant me deleting it, not just a shoot.
Yeah,
I'll delete it. Doesn't bother me.
Yeah, I hear that. What do you think is a compromise that you would like your guy to make? Like, have you ever wanted a guy to make a compromise that he did something before that when you're together now, it's like, nah, you don't do this anymore?
Being honest. You were a liar before.
You weren't honest before.
Yeah,
so
it'd be nice if you were now. Yeah, and obviously loyalty and stuff like that. But I'm a big communicator. Like my communication skills have got so much better.
Yeah,
since I was younger.
Yeah. What's a conversation you'd have now that you found really difficult to have before when you were younger?
Boundaries and like, what do you want from the future? And this is who I am as a person. What type of person do you want? And sexually, like I really struggled in the bedroom, letting people know what I liked and things, and just kind of put up.
Yeah. I think a lot of women struggle with that. How did you get better at doing that side in the bedroom of expressing what you like? Like, is there something, do you say it in a certain way? Like, I have my own theories, but because I think a lot of women do struggle with that, right? So like,
I think it's just age and just realizing, hang on a minute, all the people that I might have complained about in the bedroom previously, well, yeah, obviously they were going to keep doing the thing that they thought was good because I made good noises and things. Obviously they're going to do that again.
You faked it a lot.
Yeah. Like, and
you
then
do it to yourself, ladies.
I know.
Why do you fake it? Because then we're going to do that more. We're going to be like, well, she loves this.
Yeah, I know. And it was just age thinking, hang on a minute. There's a common denominator here. It can't always be them.
Yeah. Yeah. So is there a way you say it now? You don't have to be specific.
I think just you can tell when you're with someone the first couple of times whether they're open.
Attentive.
To, not even attentive, but open to having conversations about what you're interested in versus, you know, like.
Yeah. I think one way that, at least one way I think is always great to say is when you say, especially if you're in a relationship, you say, oh, I love it when you do X.
Yeah, rather than, no, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
100%. Like if you come from a place of positive.
Yeah. Oh, love that.
I think, I'll be honest, guys, we want to know.
Yeah.
Because one, we'll just keep it real, right? What works for you is not going to work for the next girl. What works for her is not going to work for the next girl, right?
One size fits all.
Exactly. So for guys, there's a lot of him being good is figuring out what works for you. So if you give him direction on that, it's like a win-win all around. It's definitely a win-win all around. Do you know what I mean? Have you ever had a guy say, or like, have you ever had a guy express that he wasn't satisfied in the bedroom with you? Or maybe you've said that he faked it?
No.
Not that she knows of.
No, well, obviously, so you said someone that's expressed. No.
Yeah, of course.
No, but I'm a pleaser. I like when someone likes stuff. Like, I mean, because I can do it myself. I'm not that bothered.
Yeah.
Like, I like when someone's having a good time.
Yeah.
I think when sometimes guys are really quiet. Don't get me wrong, there's like the other side of that scale.
Sure.
But it's nice to know when you're doing stuff that's Nice.
Yeah, I guess if you're doing it with the person, you want to please them, don't you? You want to please them. What's one last thing you want to ask or bring to conversation?
So from your perspective,
yeah,
why do you think men or women are more likely to cheat, and why?
Oh, it's a very good question. So cheating statistics for men over the past 30 years, it's stayed the same. For women, it's gone up. So I think this is like from the 1960 or 70 study, I think men cheated at around 28% of the time and women cheated around 14%. Now it's like women cheat at around 24% and men is still 28, right? So it's a lot closer. Who do I think is more likely? That is... Okay. Okay. On a population level... No, wait. Okay. On an individual level, I think men are more likely to cheat. On a population level, I think women are more likely to cheat. I'll explain. Most guys don't have options. They struggle. Right? A lot of women are dating the same guys they don't know. They don't know that they're dating the same guys. Right? So for example, if a girl's like, hey, I want to date a guy who's 6 foot and above. Do you know how many guys are actually 6 foot and above?
I don't know. I'm 5'4", so I don't care. As long as you're like at least a couple of inches bigger than me, I don't care.
Okay. I mean, I've heard girls who are 5 foot being like, he has to be 6 foot, right? But only about 18% of men are 6 foot and above, right? If you add on attractive, successful, all of this stuff, age, the pool gets smaller and smaller and smaller. So you end up having a lot of women dating or getting their experience from the same percentage of guys. So a lot of guys really don't get that much attention. So if that guy is in a relationship, he's not going to cheat because A, he probably can't, and B, he's like, I'm so happy to be with a woman who chooses me and I choose her. If you're talking about that top percent guy, he's more likely to cheat more than anyone else out of any woman or any other guy. Now, the reason I say population level why I think women are more likely to cheat is because we live in a globalized dating market now, right? So before, you were limited to, you would choose someone from your village, from your town, right? But now...
Work husband.
Right. But now, the girl from Norfolk, she can match with the hotshot lawyer from London, the actor from LA, the athlete from France, right? So women have a lot more access to very high value, high quality guys that maybe before they wouldn't have. And if we're being honest, women can use their sexuality to get access to those guys. The average guy, unless he has a lot of money and a lot of attention, he can't really get access to those really high quality women being an average guy. So because that access and opportunity for women is a lot bigger, I think that's why we've seen a rise in female infidelity, because most women it may not always be the options they want, but they have an abundance of options.
Yeah, like a guy, we could go out tonight.
Yeah.
And we could say, let's try and you bring a girl back, me bring a guy back.
Yeah.
Chances are I'm going to be able to, and he's going to be like a decent guy. You might not be able to bring somebody that's your top pick.
Sure.
Or even
100%
lower. Like guys, if I walk up to a guy and be like, do you want to come home with me? Versus you going up to a girl more time, the guy is going to go on then.
100%. And here's the thing. Even if I met a girl and she was interested in me, that doesn't mean she would come home with me that night.
Yeah.
For every girl I could bring home, you bring home like 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think because of that, and because we live in a more sexually liberated society and culture, right? So more people, men and women, are indulging in that. For women, it's just, there's more access. Exactly. There's more access, and we live in a culture that almost encourages that level of, I guess sexual exploration experience with no strings attached. Does that make sense? So statistically, men still do cheat more. But I think most men can't, so they don't. I think it's a small percentage of men are doing the most of the cheating, whereas I think women's more equally distributed, as they say.
Hope you really enjoyed that clip. If you want to watch the full episode where that clip is from, then I want you to click right here where you can watch the full episode. And if you're ready to claim your man today, enroll in my program below, and I'll see you there. Wishing you an amazing day.